cover this material. Give me a good audience participation. I'll get through this somewhat fast. We've already talked about some of this quite a bit, so it shouldn't be brand new by any means. So, graphing inequalities. When we say inequalities, what are we referring to? Graphing inequalities. What are we referring to? Give me an example of an inequality. Josh.
N is greater than or less than 8.
So, what would the inequality be there? Did you say equal to 8?
I said greater than.
So the inequality is greater than or equal to. Good. So here is greater than or equal to. Give me an example of another inequality. And it doesn't have to be in a number sentence. Just tell me what another inequality. Less than. That would be an equation.
Greater than.
So it could be less than or equal to. And then we could have greater than. So these four right here are inequalities. So when you hear the term inequality, this is what you should be thinking of. Okay, here's an example of an inequality. M is greater than 5. This is where graphing comes in. How do I graph this? We've done this quite a bit already. I put it on a number line. What do I need to make sure that my number line includes? What number?
0. Number
5. Because isn't it comparing to 5?
Yeah.
So I need to have 5. I'm just going to put 5 in the middle. 6, 7, 4, 3. How would I show that M is greater than 5? Donovan?
You would do an arrow forward.
Okay, what do I need first? A closed or an open circle?
Oh.
Closed or open?
Open.
Open. How do you know it's open? Can it be 5?
No.
No, it can't be 5. So it's just open and then pointing which direction, Donovan? If it's greater than, to the right. Because we should know that bigger numbers are to the right. Okay, let's look at this one. R is less than or equal to -2. So I need my number line. What number do I need to make sure is on my number line?
2.
-2. So I have -2, -1, 0, -3, -4. Less than or equal to. So is it going to be an open or closed circle? Madison. What is that?
Or closed.
Closed. How do you know it's closed? Good. It could be -2. And I heard some people saying the wrong answer there, so make sure you're paying attention. R is less than or equal to. The equal to part is what makes me close the circle. Madison, which direction would my arrow point?
Left.
To the left, because we know that less numbers go to the left. Good.
Oh.
Alright, let's look at this one. 6 is less than X. What do you notice as you look up front? What do you notice is different about this inequality that I wrote up here compared to these two?
It's a very switch sides.
Abby. Okay, yeah, it can't be equal to. What else? Someone else said it. Peyton?
They switch.
I switched it. We've talked about this in the past. In my mind, it's easier for me to read what first?
Variable.
Variable. So you choose. I like to read from the variable side. That will help eliminate problems. So if I read from the variable side, let's say that X is greater than 6. So help me graph it. 6, 7, 8,
Minus
5, 4. X is greater than 8. Read it from the variable side. How do I show that X is greater than 6? Caleb.
Circle the 6 and have an arrow.
What type of circle? Open or closed?
Open.
Open.
And have the arrow pointing to the right.
Very good, because it is bigger. Okay. That's when they give you the inequality. Here I'm going to give you a number sentence. But the variable's not by itself here. This says 6 times n is less than or equal to 54. So, how do I get my variable by itself? Here's the variable by itself, same here and here. How do I get this variable by itself? How do I get rid of this times 6? Can you help me? Okay. Donovan? Divide by what?
1.
No, what's the opposite of times 6?
Divide by 6.
Divide by 6. That's what I was going for. Divide by 6.
Oh!
So n would be less than or equal to what? 9. Could I then graph this?
Yes.
Yes, I could. This is just like solving an equation. Just like solving an equation. Now I can graph this. Help me out with this. Can I graph this yet? No, why? I have to get the b by itself. So how do I get rid of this positive 2? How do you get rid of a positive 2? So we have to subtract the 2. So what is b going to be greater than?
3.
B is going to be greater than 3. Can I now graph that?
Yes.
Yes. So you can't graph it until the variable is by itself. Let's look at this one. R minus 5 is less than or equal to 8. R minus 5 is less than or equal to 8. I can't do it yet. How do I get the R by itself? How do I figure out what R is? Anybody back there? Can you help me? Caitlin? Good. What's the opposite of minus 5? So I'm going to add 5. So R is going to be less than or equal to 13. You notice how I was being sneaky about, I really didn't talk about this much. This is just me canceling this 5 out. So really you only have to do it to this other side, but I just like to show that this is why the R is by itself now, because I got rid of this 5 by adding 5, because what's negative 5 plus 5?
0.
0, so there's nothing there, right? But if I do that to that side, I have to do it to the other side. Alright, now, here's a speedy way to graph this. If you don't want to draw the entire number line, here's a quick way to do it. All you do is put the number 13. What type of circle goes above it?
Open.
Closed. Less than or equal to.
Oh my goodness.
Which direction would my arrow go? Left. And then you can put like one number beside it. 12, 13, 14.
Do we have to put any number beside it? Or...
Not necessarily, but I think it makes it look better.
Okay.